Hey guys, how's it going? So it's been a year. Yeah, 1 year. Well, a year and some change. I'm doing this one a little more casually because I don't want to do it with like the big mic and everything like that because I just want to talk and not feel like I'm doing this as part of a production. I just want to speak freely right now. And I know I usually do in vlogs, but with the microphone it just, I don't know, it feels a little looser now. So, October 14th of last year, I uploaded my first video. And at the time, I had no idea what I was about to get myself into. And 1 year later, it has been an insane ride. You guys that have joined me for it, I don't care if you joined me on day one or if you just found me today. Every one of you guys are fucking awesome. You know, I was hoping to hit 1,000 in that first year. I didn't quite get it. But still 2 months and change left. Maybe we can do that. Been dancing at 700 for a bit, but it's alright. You know, and I've learned, you know, there's a lot that you learn doing something like this because YouTube is not what it was years ago. And I think that's obvious, but I think it's not obvious in the way that I mean it. YouTube, as someone who's trying to just start out in 2014, 2015, is really difficult. Because the art has been elevated so much that you can't really just come in the way that a lot of people did before. You'll see guys like Pewds and Mark and Yami and all those guys who will just talk about, it's like, you don't need fancy equipment. And whenever I started this out, it was just a laptop and a webcam. And some of them didn't even have a webcam. Yami Mosh in his video mentions he got to like 10,000 subscribers doing nothing but uploading Gears of War videos. You know, that's stuff you can't do anymore because the market is so big now. And what's happened is a lot of those guys have elevated it. They've raised the bar so far, and because all of YouTube is in one mush, like there's not the professional YouTube and then the amateur YouTube, everyone's just here together. In order to get seen alongside those big names, you essentially have to match what they do. You know, it's not like dealing with like public access TV versus cable TV. It's not like, you know, going on like American Idol versus just, you know, regular album sales. You know, it would be almost like if professional singers were going on American Idol to try and promote their new album because, you know, you see what I mean. The little amateur guys are just in the same pool. You know, there's no structure that separates these from those. And that's not a bad thing. That's actually sort of the beauty of YouTube in that it makes growth very democratic. The big channels are the big channels not because someone swept in and gave them a big contract. They're that big because the people flock to them. YouTube's algorithms and whatnot, of course, cause problems in what kind of content they promote, how they promote it, who gets promoted where, when, and how. But they're working on it, and hopefully things will start to get better. But as a result, it means that if you're someone who is trying to make it and make a real YouTube channel, you gotta be prepared because, I mean, like, you know, in the past year, I started on a laptop with trial software, and since then, just to make the channel look the way it does, and I sometimes think people aren't aware of what's going on really back here. You know, I built my own gaming PC, bought the microphone, headphones, audio interfaces, a fresh camera, photo lights, a green screen. These things got donated, fortunately. You know, different keyboards, 2 monitors so I could, you know, get a better workflow going. And it's, you know, shit's expensive. And that's not a complaint, by the way, because I really believe you can't complain about something you're doing by your own volition. If you're doing it and you don't have to do it, no complaints. You can, you know, I'm explaining sort of the way things are, but I'm not complaining about it. You know, and I'm not going to be asking for money or anything like that because these are purchases that I chose to make over the past year. And so that's, you know, that's an expense that I elected for. That was mine. All right? But I do want you to know that that's sort of what goes on into this. You know, Adobe has a month, you know, I pay for Adobe every month. And that's not even getting into the time that goes into it, you know. Videos aren't fast. I mean, Let's Play videos are the faster type of videos, but they are not fast to be able to do daily. You know, if you think, just to spitball some numbers, if it takes me about 45 minutes to record, I'm editing for another couple of hours, for another 2-3 hours. It takes a solid 45 minutes or so to actually pull footage into the computer. Another half hour or so to render, make the thumbnail. Uploading can take a little while, get everything set there. you're talking 4 or 5 hours per video. So when you're trying to put up 7 videos a week, you can see how this time starts to really add up, even if you have ways of shortcutting it. You know, you just see this is work, and it's work that I want to do, and it's work that I would like to keep doing. Even though I missed that 1,000 subscriber goal, I do want to keep doing this for another year. I do want to keep going for as long as I can, but I did say that if I got to a point where I felt like it's not going anywhere, then the channel will probably sort of fall dormant. I don't know what those numbers are. I don't know what that means. I don't know what would constitute me thinking of this channel as a failure, but if that day ever comes, you know, I'd rather just sort of bow out than continue to make videos when I don't want to. And on the subject of that, you know, I mean, I had that break earlier this year, right after I lost my job, and things have been going a little rough over on the personal side of things. I've got a lot of medical bills I'm sort of sifting my way through, and I know you're thinking, but Zach, didn't you get a job? Don't you have insurance? Yes, but I have to pay off a very large deductible before my insurance pays anything, all right? And once again, these aren't complaints. This is just sort of where things are. You know, and aside from that, I'm still buying games now and again. I get some donated, and I get some gifted, and things. Devs will hand me a beta key now and again, and you guys are all fucking kick-ass, whether devs or fans or whoever. You're all awesome. But, you know, these are things that factor in. I don't live alone. I have roommates. We're all on different sleep schedules. We're all on different work schedules. So being able to sit down here and yell into a microphone for a few hours, it's hard to find that time. So that's why some days I just can't squeeze it, because someone's asleep or someone's doing something, and I just can't really do it. You know, or stuff needs done around the house. Believe it or not, I have other things that need done other than my job, video, and going to sleep. You know, so, you know, once again, these aren't excuses. I just sort of want you guys to understand the lay of the land. And another one I've been sort of delaying on, because I don't like talking about it too much, is I have anxiety and depression. And I don't mean that like I'm depressed about my YouTube channel or about work, or I'm anxious about going out in public or things like that. I don't have things like that. I don't have social anxiety. I'm not depressed about things. I have depression. Now, people get depression confused with being depressed. Basically, depression it's more like just like having like diabetes or something. It's just chemical processes aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. And if you guys are on Twitter with me, you may have noticed some times where I get very dour about things, and I want to apologize, because that is just, it's not good, but it's from when, you know, my brain sort of turned on itself. And you haven't even seen the half of it. My really good friend Aureliac, who's one of my Twitch mods, is usually my go-to person at like 2 in the morning whenever I feel like just laying out all the dark thoughts in my head and complaining about everything. And he's been dealing with that for a while now. But, you know, I've been seeing I saw a doctor recently. I got some stuff, and we're going to be coming up out of it. And things are going to get better, all right? At least I'm going to try. Yeah. And on the topic of that, I'm looking at sort of ways to improve the channel as we go. You know, I think Let's Plays, can you just do Let's Plays into the infinite horizon? I don't know. I'm not sure Let's Plays are something that can be done as they are. I think, you know, it's like when I did that review, I'd like to do some other stuff. And I've been thinking about it for a long time, and I think within the next few months, I'd like to legit start hammering those out. See more reviews and some scripted content. I don't want to lose Let's Plays, because one thing I love about them is there's such a personal connection between me and you guys, because it's not me, you know, reading lines that I've thought about beforehand. Everything's just very free-flowing, and I can communicate and back and forth. I definitely want to stream more, just a lot of stuff. I want to, even though I didn't hit my goal, what I want to do now is start to really build upwards into the channel I hoped I would be by now. Because I'm the kind of person who, I only accept failure if I did everything I could. And I don't think I've done everything I could so far. I don't think I've made this channel as good as it could be. I don't think I've been as good at this as I could be. I have failed in a lot of ways. And I'm planning on not doing that, you know? So, thank you for being with me so far. There's hopefully more to come. It's been 1 year. Let's make it 2, let's make it 5, let's make it 10. Who knows where we'll be next year? Who knows what this channel will be like by then? But, you know, once again, thank you, and thank you for your patience. And, you know, I'll see you around. All right? Hit me up on Twitter, please. I mean that. And if you like what you see, share. It means a lot. That's the currency. I don't ask for donations. I don't have a Patreon. But sharing and spreading and whatnot, that means a lot. So, all right. Thank you once again, and SGD out.